Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good afternoon to you all. Norera, tena koutou, tena koutou, tena koutou katoa. Welcome to Aotearoa, New Zealand, a ceremony of welcome accorded by the Maori group. Originally from Fiji, we have witnessed so many ceremonies of welcome by our brothers, native brothers in Fiji, but this was an experience for all our visitors that have come from America, Canada, Australia, and Fiji. And we made sure that you experience a little bit of the Maori culture while you are here.
We must all say Alhamdulillah, because the Quran calls us to Allah. O Messenger, Allah to us, we came to fulfill our faithful cause. We came to grace and early bright Medina. Welcome, welcome, all the best of mentors.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The traditional way that our country offers the welcome to the visitors to our land, I thank very much the Maori group and Peter for organizing this and showing the way our country welcomes the visitors to our beautiful.
And a very warm welcome to our overseas friends to New Zealand to participate in the Fanca tournament. New Zealand is delighted to host the Fanca tournament, and we are happy to have all of you here. We are proud of you all, and we are honored to have your presence here today. I hope that you will enjoy your stay here in New Zealand just as much as the soccer events during the Easter 4 days.
I'd like to thank the host nation. They have done a wonderful job in preparation, looking after especially all the contingent, but especially to the Fiji people with the accommodation and meals and transport and everything. To the New Zealand contingent, the organizing committee, thank you very much on behalf of Fiji contingent. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
And I would also like to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you all to Sydney 2008 or Fanca 2008. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Canada, I'd like to thank the hosting nation, New Zealand, for their hospitality. Canada has been through a lot these past 18 months with the passing of 3 prominent members in our community. Brother Eve has mentioned 2 of them. That's Chris Khan, Master Farid, Muhammad Farid, and one of our life members, Brother Khan. It's been tough, but we managed to squeeze out 2 teams to come to New Zealand, give it a fight. That's about it. Boys, let's get going. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thank each and everyone for being over here taking out the precious time to come and witness Fanca 2006, organized by New Zealand Muslim Youth and Sports.
How can we forget our sponsors? The major sponsor here today is Moshim Discount House, Mohammed Halal Meats, Radio Tarana, and NZTV Productions Limited, supported by Other Motors Limited, Happy Days Restaurant, Albion Auto Refinish, and all the best to all the team, and may the best team take the Fanca Cup home. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Congratulate you on behalf of the Green Party, and I'm sure the members of Parliament from other parties on this great tournament. Particularly congratulate the Muslim Youth Sports Association and the Fiji Muslim Fanca Sports Federation for putting together this wonderful tournament. Football is a unifying sport. It's the most international of sports, and I'm sure that this Fanca Mini World Cup will be an honourable preliminary to the World Cup that is going to be held in Germany in a couple of months' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon. It is my privilege and honor to have been asked to introduce our chief guest. I have known Chris for a number of years. He is a very hard-working member of parliament. As a minister, he's wearing 4 or 5 hats, and he's in quite a bit of demand. So I'll request him to come forward and address you. Chris Carter.
Tato, salam alaikum, disambula vanaka. It's a pleasure to be here today representing our Prime Minister Helen Clark and our Labour-led government, and my colleague Keith Locke from the Green Party here, and most particularly our guests that have come from those other 4 countries that have joined together with New Zealand. That's Fiji, Australia, Canada and the US. Although the American team seems to have disappeared, I hope that they're not getting the drop on the rest of you doing some stretches and exercises out the back there. But what we're doing today and for the next 4 days is fellowship together, a brotherhood through sport. The New Zealand Muslim Youth and Sports Association is dedicated to the well-being, the educational, religious and sporting well-being of young Muslims in New Zealand. That's a very important message for all New Zealanders, whether they're Muslim or not. It's about reaching out to a community, it's about getting people involved, and sport is an excellent way of people to get involved in something positive in their lives. So I know that training, dedication, fitness is all part of being a successful team, but most important it's about people working together, building friendships and relationships, and that's something that's really important, and that's something that's going to happen a lot over the next 4 days. Now, I've had the pleasure sometimes of watching in Fiji soccer, football. I know that the recent final between Lautoka and Bar was a fantastic game, so I know that the final, to whoever the teams are that will be in the final, it will be just as hard fought when the final takes place in the next few days. Looking at the people that have come along from Australia, from Canada, from the US, and our New Zealand team here, it's reminded me what a fantastic contribution to our country's immigrants from Fiji, Indo-Fijians particularly, have made. Fiji's loss has been our gain. The migrants that have come to us, the Indo-Fijians who have come to live in New Zealand from Fiji, have been fantastic immigrants. Not just in the commercial and retail sector, but their children and grandchildren are full of the medical school, the law school, the universities in New Zealand are full of young people whose parents and grandparents have migrated to New Zealand from Fiji. I want to thank those people who came, and I'm sure the same story is in Canada, Australia and the US. Fiji's loss has been our gain. But the connection still with Fiji, with the Muslim community, with the Indian community in Fiji, for the migrants is very important. And so this competition is another way of keeping those links together between Fiji and the relatives and friends who have immigrated. So that's an important part of this too. So welcome to New Zealand. Looking at the sky, I hope it's not going to give the Canadian team a bit of an advantage. I know that many of the Canadian team are from the city of Vancouver, and cold rain is something that they're used to training in, so they might just give them a bit of an edge if the clouds set in. Australians and Americans, of course, are used to, and Fijians are used to much warmer weather. Anyway, good luck to the teams. I'm coming apparently to the closure of the game, so I guess I'm going to find out how well you've all done then. Thanks very much. Thanks for inviting me.